So, strength training and playing the piano have a lot more in common than you might think. Okay, so these are both skill sets that take a lot of time to develop. And I think it's important to understand the similarities so that you can have the right mindset if and when you start getting into strength training, or maybe you're already doing strength training, it's still going to be beneficial for you. Okay, so now let's imagine that you don't know how to play the piano. You can really think of any other skill, right? So, playing the piano is just a good one. Now, imagine that you're going to start taking piano lessons and think about the expectations that you're going to have for yourself when you first start playing the piano. My guess is that you're not going to expect to be able to play Beethoven anytime soon, right? So your expectations are going to be very, very simple. If you can play a couple simple keys after a couple weeks, my guess is that you would be very, very happy with that. And I want you to start taking that same mental approach when it comes to strength training, especially if you're first getting started with it, or maybe it's been a long time since you've done it, you're just getting back into it. You want to have that same mindset and take that same approach, just like if you were just getting started playing the piano. The reason is because it's just a skill. Strength training is a skill set that you need to develop. The difference between the two here is that your health is at risk when you're doing strength training, whereas piano, you're in a relatively safe position. All right, so this is really important. So, when you're getting started with your strength training, you want to imagine that you're going to work at about a 50% energy level or effort level, however you want to imagine. Basically, by the time you get to the end of your set, it should feel really easy. Your mindset and focus during the beginning phases of strength training should only be to get comfortable with what you're doing and to get confident with what you're doing, as well as getting consistent. Okay, so those are three really important things that you want to develop before increasing the intensity level. Okay, so that takes time. For some of you, that might take a couple weeks. For some, it may take a couple months before you really get comfortable, confident, and consistent with all the different movements that you're doing. Okay, so now once you get to that point where you're comfortable, confident, consistent, that's when you can start to increase the difficulty level to about 80 to 90% difficulty. Okay, so another way to think about that, imagine that you're doing a set of 10 reps of squats. All right, and let's say you get to that 10th rep. You should feel really, really tired, like you really want to stop. Another way to think about that is you should only be able to do one or maybe two more repetitions while maintaining good form. Okay, so that's ultimately where you want to get when it comes to strength training so that you can get the benefits from the strength training itself. If you're a couple months in and you're still only working to 50 to 60% difficulty level, majority of the time, you're just not going to get the benefit from the strength training, because a big benefit of it is obviously getting stronger, but also developing lean muscle mass, which ultimately is going to help you lose weight and burn fat, which is one of the big benefits of strength training. So I hope this helps you develop a different mindset when it comes to strength training. I hope it gives you a little bit of perspective in terms of how long the process takes. Remember, health and fitness, this is something that you need to commit to for your entire life. So we need to have that long-term understanding that this takes time. It is a skill that you need to develop, much like playing the piano. So I hope this helps. If it helped you out, if it made you think about things a little bit differently, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions, please throw a question in the comment. Other than that, I hope you're having a great day, and hopefully we'll see you in the gym sometime soon.